GP, place traveled, your current role, and why.
Hi everyone. My name is Samy in Asia. I am 40 years. Start with GP since 2010 like a student. Um, After coming junior um, staff, assistant director, and now I am a director of Latin America program, Global Potential. And we here and first time events, GP Live. Woo! Thank you, Mackendy, for that.
I feel like slowly you're going to take over GP because you started off as a participant. You work your way up. The next thing you know, you're going to be, oh, I'm the I'm the chairman of GP. I'm running this show now. Oh, so we need to watch out for you. Lord have mercy. Next on our list, we have Sagar.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Hey, Mackendy. Hey, everyone. My name is Sarah. I got involved with GP in 2012 as a facilitator and also worked with the media advocacy program with Pete and Jean and a lot of other people. And I traveled to Bate Uno, Bate Uno in the house. And now I'm working as the managing education director of GP. And in that role, I just help with a lot of the technical operations, administrative stuff, and help make sure everything stays organized.
Thank you, thank you. Huh. I feel like people know you. It's like they know the name, but not a lot of people put the face to the name. So hopefully today we'll get to cross that barrier. But talking about putting the face to the name, we have a brand new, a brand new co-director that that is very special to Sarah. We'll see why in a little bit. We have Yikai.
Hey, hey, hey. All right. Put a name to a face. Hello, everyone. My name is Yikai. I have been in Global Potential Community since 2016 as a remote cheerleader based in Jump Foundation. And I recently joined the team as a research and development director since January 2021.
I feel like anyone who knows the Jump basically knows GP. Anyone who knows GP basically knows Jump. So when you say that, it's like, hey, I was part of Jump. Everyone's like, oh, we get it. Cool.
Nothing new.
Right?
Nothing
It's like,
new.
yeah, whatever. Yeah. So thank you, everyone, and welcome. Now, we're going to dive in deep. Okay, are you guys ready? All right. Gracie's like, I'm not ready. I don't want to do this. And you guys will see
I'm
why.
scared.
So tell us, because I think it's something that everyone like to hear, everyone like to know. What's your favorite GP travel story? For you, Yikai, it could be favorite jump travel related, maybe GP, who knows?
Well, it's so hard to pick always, but we actually had a little conversation about this during our GP Unite event this past January 30th. The next GP Unite event is April 30th, just plugging that in if you want to catch up with your GP family. But one of my favorite memories was when I arrived to my host community, Bate Siete, con Bate Siete no se meten. But I love all the bates. Todos los bates son mi familia. Pero when I got to Bate Siete, everybody was waiting for us in Esteban's house, like the whole community, to give us a warm welcome. And even though we were all kind of like nervous about the experience, it was so nice to have such a warm welcome with literally all the kids, all the parents just waiting to receive us.
So, I mean, it's like as you can see, everyone is going to be repping their bates, which is cool. So if everyone's going to be repping the Bates, they spot, so that means that I have, as your host, has to rep my spot too. And I think the best place, the best welcome that you can find, do you know where, Gracie?
Bate siete.
No, in Haiti. When you go to, no, do you know why? Because the moment that you come into that community, all you hear is music. You have the community dancing, you got good food, good music. It's a whole vibe. But anyway, anyone else want to chip in?
Okay, I'll say one of my favorite memories was actually on one of our paseos, or like our little field trips, where we got to go out of our Bate community, and we all piled in the back of our trucks and we're driving along to, I forget where it was exactly, but it was like this really sweet hiking spot that was overlooking this big lake. And then on the way back home, we actually stopped on the side of the road because there were all these iguanas on the side of the road, like these big iguanas. Uh-huh. And then we also stopped and got ice cream too. So it was like just this beautiful day of getting out, like getting out of the Bate and seeing some of the, different nature sites, and getting to know the Dominican Republic a little bit more, and the national landmarks. Thank you, Graciela. And just see how the Bate community is connected to the region around it as well. And then of course get our little treat of ice cream. And it was really cool too, because it was all of the GP students along with our students in the community, and just seeing them all like get along and be friends and like make new friends and sit next to each other in the bus. It was just a really great moment to see everyone get along.
Yeah, I mean, I think talking about bus, I think the whole transportation situation in any country that we've been to is always amazing. So it's either you are in the back of this truck, or you are in this multicolor minibus, tap to bring you places. But all we know is always going to be a vibe, regardless where it's like you have to hold on to your hat, or it's like, oh, you jam into some good tunes. Hey. But anyway, so we're going to dive in even a little bit more. So before you took on this role as the co-director of GP, we know that what did you wish you knew before you get started? Ooh, what did you wish you knew?
Well, let's see. In my role, like I was saying, I do a lot of stuff to help keep us organized. So like a lot of kind of boring but important things on the computer. So there's like a lot of new skills I've been learning about how to collaborate with a team virtually when people are in different locations, how to stay organized and connected, and how to keep the bigger GP community connected as well, especially during COVID when we have to stay safe and we can't be gathering.
Okay, So let's dive into that a little bit more. So we know that when GP got started, the founders of GP, what they dreamt of, Peter, Frank, Sarah, hopefully I'm not missing anyone. Peter, Frank, Sarah, and anyone else who I missed, please don't kill me, forgive me, I love you guys. Their dream was to have GP run by all an alumni crew. And so far, guys, we are killing it. Whew. So, I mean, how does it feel to, it's like, I mean, how did GP end up being run by an all alumni staff? And not only the staff is all alumni, the board as well. How did we get to that?
I could give a quick answer. How did we get to that, or how does it feel?
I mean, a little bit of both. And let's see which one you want to answer.
I think we got to that with a lot of hard work from everybody. Everybody who has ever been a part of any GP event, even if it's just one or two, falls in love with the community and also feels really welcomed. And so I think that's how we got to that, because people felt inspired to stay involved. And as things change and obstacles come and go, everybody has always been willing. Every GP alumni, whether staff or youth, has always been willing to step in. And like we were talking the other day, like GP's volunteer power is like no other. I've never come across an organization or a company where people are just like ready to volunteer their time, like full-time job volunteer. Like we go hard with our volunteering at GP. So that's how we got to that. And how do I feel about that? I feel great. Like I didn't even know that that was a goal of the founders until one summer, I think summer of 2017, all of the staff that traveled were alumni. And Frank mentioned at the end, I think it was like our 10-year anniversary, he mentioned feeling super proud about that. And then I was just like, wow, I'm so happy to be a part of that, you know?
Yeah. Oh, let's give a quick shout out to our viewers. We have Jennifer. Jennifer traveled to Bate 1. Ooh, and I think she may think that her Bate is the best, but then who knows? I mean, I think she's just speculating here. Then we have Lex. Hey, Lex. And then we also have Jen. Hey, everyone. But he's like, hey, I mean, people would think that the Bates, Nicaragua, Haiti, Senegal is like, all I'm saying is, I mean, it might be the best for you, but in reality, that's a whole different question. Anyway, let me not get into, I wish I had a teacup right now to just drink my tea. Now, so,
Mac, is that Jennifer Angran?
Yes.
Hey, Jennifer.
Hey.
We were in the Bate together.
Now, and talking about teas, okay, we're going to dive into some teas right now. Are there any myth or misconception about GP that you would love to debunk? This is your opportunity, your chance to debunk that right now. And I'm just going to sit back and relax. Any myth or misconceptions? While you guys are thinking, Jennifer on gun, say hi, Sarah, with too many exclamation points for me to say.
Well, I'll say one myth, actually about volunteer power. And I don't know if this is like a GP myth, but just the idea that like volunteer power is like an accident, when actually volunteer power is on purpose, because especially when you have a nonprofit and you're working in this, you know, area of doing social good, volunteer power is really awesome because it means that you can promote your cause and do your work without being reliant on other people's money. So yeah, our volunteer power is on purpose, and it helps keep GP's mission at the center of everything that we do by making sure that everyone's involved because they believe in what we're doing and there's no strings attached. So volunteer power is a great thing.
Ooh, okay. I think talking about volunteer power and talking about nonprofit, I think the last people heard of GP was that we merged with another organization. So where is GP now? What has GP been doing for the past 2 years?
I feel like I'm hogging up all the questions, so feel free, other people, to jump in. No pun intended. I did not mean to do that, I swear.
No, you go, Graciela, you go.
So I've been working, ironically, it's on my water bottle. I've been working with JUMP for the past 2 years now. And as many of us know, JUMP has been the main organization that has founded our conferences and a lot of the programs that we do in the large scale. And so 3 years ago, GP reached out for support to a few other organizations. And out of all of those organizations, JUMP stepped up because they also really believed in the work that GP did. And so through that partnership, I was able to actually go and work for them in Thailand and try to kind of let them know what GP is all about aside from just our conferences, right? And that was a really great experience. And I was able to meet a lot of cool people. Samy also had the opportunity to go over there and meet some cool people. I know Sarah and Duke met, or Yikai, sorry, met through some of those experiences. And through Sammy's like, oh yeah. But eventually the partnership this past summer, we unmerged just because it was a little bit challenging to work as closely as we had planned to work when they were on the other side of the world. I mean, like literally 12 hours ahead. They have a whole show going on with a bunch of other cool programs, not just funding GP conferences. And so we have maintained those relationships, but we've unmerged, and that has allowed us to have a full alumni board and full alumni staff, which has been one of our long-term goals. So that's been one of the plus sides of unmerging. But yeah, that's kind of what's been going on with GP for the past 3 years. We've been through some transitions, and I call it the new phase, GP 3.0.
Uh-oh.
We finished with GP1. A lot of us know GP1. GP2 was a trial phase, and now we are the beginning of GP 3.0.
Okay. So this question is for Yikai.
Yeah.
So what advice would you give someone who is trying to find the potential? We know GP is all about finding your potential. Even our commercial is, what's your potential? So what advice would you give anyone?
So, so this is the first thing I noticed joining GP is this organization has lots of potential, right? And I think it starts with the belief. I think it really starts with us individually believe that we have potential, and when we get together, this group believes everyone in the group has potential, and then our work is about expanding that group, involve more and more people in, and really transmitting and spreading the belief and making things happen and reinforcing that belief. So this is kind of echoing what Graciela was talking about, GP 3.0, and we want to really reestablishing that firm belief and really driving it full force.
Thank you. Ooh, that was smooth. I like that. It's like you said nothing. You said nothing, and at the moment that you said something, it's like, ooh, okay, I feel that. Oof. Anyway, so Samy, question for you, my friend. So, as someone who has been in GP the longest, I presume, I think so. You're like the grandpa of GP right now. So it's like basically you met with so many people. You traveled to so many different places with GP. I mean, I know it's a hard question to ask, but who is a GP member that has inspired you the most?
Oh my God, Mackendy.
I know. I
Just one Mackendy?
Huh?
No. Mackendy's. This question is so difficult to answer, Mackendy. But
Yeah, I feel like
okay. From GP, we have many people. I have many people who has inspired me. But the one was inspiring me more. It's like Frank Horn, Papa Frank. I'm calling him Papa Frank. He's my mentor. And I learned from Frank how he involved with the community, how the ability he have to move it to other country, involved with the community, involved with the leader, working closer to the people, and give his love to all the people. And that how Frank working in the past inspired me to come in with GP. So, and he was push me come in too to work with GP. So Frank is like a leader who is give you the word. Okay, you wanna work with us? Okay, you have to start doing something. Start with running this meeting, running this conference, running these activities. Okay, how we do that? You say I cannot do that. And he say no, you can. Just try. You have to do it. So how this is how Frank inspired me to come to with global potential. So I have like man, I want 10 years with global potential, and sometimes I want to live, but I'm here to inspire another youth to keep with this vision, supporting and growing in the community.
Oof. I like that. Yeah. One thing that we all know about Frank, yeah. One thing we all know about Frank, he never gives you the answers that you want. Like, hey, Frank, how do I do this? I don't know. And figure that out yourself. He's like, dude, you serious?
Yeah.
Like, you really go to pop YouTube
Yeah,
show just to know? It's like, no, just, he's like, no.
yeah,
Since I'm pretty sure kids, Frank is going to be like, Dad, how to do 3+1? Frank's going to be like, I don't know. How do you think we do 3+1? And the kid's going to be like, Dad. So we're going to end, okay? And we have, in the next 5 minutes, we're going to end. But before we end, okay? Now, I want BJ to pull up Sammy's picture. Oh, Lord. This is going to get interesting.
oh,
Mm, mm. Ooh,
are you
they're not happy.
Oh.
Maybe I can share. Okay, let me share now. Okay, I'll do it. Oh, he got it? Perfect. So let's take a moment for him to see that picture. Oh no, that's Gracie. Okay, so we'll start with Gracie. Okay, there you go, perfect. Now, Samy, my friend, I'm gonna pull it up too so that people can actually see what's going on. Samy, my friend, explain to us. I mean, I thought he has the whole thing with no violence. Why are you punching someone who's falling on the ground? And first of all, next question, before you start answering and making excuses, what's going on in the middle picture here? Is Anyway, last one is like, ooh. It's like, hey, this beautiful lady over here, does that mean that you are officially off the market? The floor is yours. I wish I had a teacup. Maybe I'll have a teacup next time.
Yeah, it's my wife.
Like my tea. So that's your wife. Ooh, she's beautiful, Samy. Now, I love how you bypass all the other two
Yes,
questions. We're not going to skip.
thank you.
What's going on?
I know.
What's going on in the first two?
Oh, it's time show.
You are you speechless, Samy?
You want to know what happened there?
Yes, we want to know. The people want to know, Samy.
We was just dancing. That was a moment in Haiti around 2012, and in Tefuat, we was running an English class with the kid from Haiti. So English to Creole and Creole to Spanish. So after we end the class, so we have a funny moment with John C. Geraldo and the rest of the team. And John C. was put the hair he have it and the glasses, and he started make some movie, and we keeping the show. And someone was captain with the camera. That's moment. That is why we have this beautiful photo there.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Now, last thing, really quick.
Yeah.
What you putting on the show on the first picture too?
Sorry, Mackendy?
On the first picture, what you putting on the show too? It's like, I mean, it literally looked like you're about to punch the guy.
Oh,
so what's going on?
Yeah. So the first picture is like the shirt I'm using is from my team player, Jimenez de Sur. I'm playing American football. And my wife was decide to take a picture with this shirt. And it's that moment before photo section before our marriage.
Okay.
So,
I mean, we know that that's your team, that's your wife. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the other one. The one you look like you're about to punch. Like, guys, here at the GP Live show, we're not leaving any stone unturned. Okay?
Okay. This is the photo look like a show is a punch, but it's not a punch. I was playing with my brother. So, and I was trying push him to the ground, and he was trying to push me in that. This is my brother. He's still and Nesia. We
Okay.
was playing. We have a funny moment. We was playing.
All right, thank you, thank you. Now, lastly, okay, who she?
Thank
It's
you,
like for those who
Mackendy.
are
You're so
watching,
good with that.
they know what's coming. Oh my God! So, my
Hate
dear,
you. I hate you.
what do you guess? Tell
I'm
us.
so mad at you.
Oh no, that's the same picture. Hold on. Maybe the
I'm so mad at you.
maybe the universe is like, no, don't show that picture. And you know what? Here at the GP live show, again, we literally leave no stone. What's going on?
If this is the first GP live, I can't imagine what the other ones are gonna be like. You're savage. You're savage.
Hey, we have to start somewhere, right?
This
There
is what
you
you get.
go.
Technical
There you
difficulties
go.
for putting me on the spot.
So explain to us. I'm not even going to say anything. What's going on in this picture,
I
Basti?
hate you
What's
so
happening?
much.
Where's my tea? I need
So much, Mackendy.
my tea. What's going on? What's going on, Gracie?
So first of all, I just want to say it's not fair that you use two pictures that are not GP related, because why? Why would you do that to me?
It's what I could find.
Anyways, one of them you're in it, so you're hurting yourself, Mackendy.
I mean, everyone knows I'm crazy. Everyone knows that I'm crazy and whatnot. But I don't think they have uncovered your crazy side.
I am a very serious person. What are you talking about?
Ooh.
The first picture up top is actually when we had our summer conference in New York, and we brought the YAP youth, the youth from Haiti, that we had a cool partnership with the Haitian embassy. And you were the director of that program. So maybe we could have a GP live where you explore that. That's a really fun project. And Jennifer, who was in the chat earlier, she was there, I think. Ceci, one of our board members. And that was a cool moment. We were able to collaborate with council member, Dr. Matthew Eugene, who's actually the first Haitian-born council member in New York City. He's a council member in Brooklyn. And yeah, that was really fun. And then the other picture where I look like a squirrel. I hate you.
No, you know it's all love. You know it's all love.
It was the same day that Samy was describing when we were in Terrafuad. We had been doing some English, Creole, and Spanish classes. And I don't even know what's happening there or why that's on the internet.
Fair enough. Frank, I know that you're listening. You're right here. Welcome to the first GP live show. I see that you have so many old embarrassing pictures of us. I wish that I reached out to you when I was looking for those pictures. So that means that when we have you on the show, we're going to have some stone to
Frank, don't expose us, Frank. Don't do that to us. Come on.
I mean, hey, like Frank just said that squirrels are cute, okay? So he's like, hey, you are a cutie. Hey, cutie. Now, do you have anything else to say about the other two? Or are you just going to leave them as
You're
is?
crazy.
Why
The
are
other two
you
are
so
me in
crazy?
college. The other two are me in college, okay? Leave me alone.
All right. Now, okay, so we leave it as that. Thank you, everyone. It's for putting through our little moment with our staff here, who obviously didn't want to really dive into what's going on, what was happening in their picture, which is fine. There's always another time, another day. So before we end, one of my favorite quote with GP goes something like this, and I know that Frank loved that quote, Peter loved that quote, is if you have come here and to help me, then you are wasting your time. Ooh. But if you come here because your liberation is bound up with mine, then let us work together. By Lila Watson. That is so powerful. Ooh, we'll just leave it as that, okay? We'll just leave it as that. And on that note, I'm going to say thank you to everyone who makes this life possible. Thank you for Gracie, who is literally on top of me. He's like, hey, Mac, we need He's like, hey, when are we going to meet? Where's the timeline? Where's this? Where's that? Like, okay, there you go, there you go. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you for BJs and to helping us with the tech behind the scene. You are amazing. And thank you everyone else who has a hand on this. And I can't wait to see you guys next month and March 7th for the next GP Live. Deuces, y'all.
Yay! Thank you, Mac. Thank you.
Thanks, Mac. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you, everyone. Bye. Mike, you still there?
Yeah, leave the thing, and then I'm going to leave as well.
Okay, sure.